Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We just got off the phone with one of my good friends, Laura Streifel. She used to work with me at EDS. That is Electronic Data Services, I believe that's what it was called. We had such a great time there that I invited her on the show because everybody got along at EDS so well. So what you're going to hear is a telephone interview of Laura explaining how she felt, how good a company it was to work for, and what makes a great place to work. Now, I phoned her this morning and I said, Laura, how you doing? She said, oh, Uncle Ricky. I said, have you got time for an interview sometime this afternoon? She said, no, I'm going shopping. And we all know that you better not get in between a woman and shopping. Those two universes are parallel and they shall never be toyed with, all right? And then she said something that was a little strange. I was going to ask her about it, but I forgot. She said, well, I have to go get sushi. And I'm thinking, okay, how do you shop for sushi? Do you go in front of the sushi restaurant and there's a big glass window and all the sushi's there and you window shop and you think, wow, I'd look really good eating sushi with my heels on that particular tempura. Or, wow, the color of that California roll goes beautifully with my dress. How do you window shop for sushi like that? I don't know. Hey, I'm not going to get involved with that. How women shop, they have their own weird habit patterns, but I thought it was odd. I'm going shopping for sushi. Maybe she didn't mean it that way, but I took it that way. It's mostly because I've just taken my pain medication, and as you know, if you've been following our shows, I did something to my neck about a week and a half ago, and oh my gosh, the pain. See, when part of your body shuts down, the other part, your mind and your emotions, still going 100 miles an hour. So let's get right to the interview. I hope you enjoy the interview. I always love talking to Laura, and I think we're going to name her Fun Ambassador for the eFlexonics show. We're going to have her back. She's agreed to come in the studio, and I'll tell you what we'll do. When Laura comes back to the studio here, we're going to have a dinner, and we will videotape what we're cooking, what we're barbecuing, and we will show you the fun aspect of when people come to this broadcast studio. It's a lot of fun. And then we can have more people come over, and we'll just have a blast, because that's what it's all about, folks. Having fun. A, have fun first. B, then get your stuff done, right? It just lightens up the stress for anyone. So anyway, without further ado, here is the interview with Laura Streifel on the telephone. I know you're going to love it. Thanks, folks. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next show. Don't go away. Here comes the interview with Laura. Okay, everybody, we're ready to invite Laura Streifel on the program. We've got our handy-dandy little phone holder that I went down to Walmart and paid $28 for about a week and a half ago, because it's really originally designed to hold up a GPS system. So I'm just going to put it on here. We're going to move the microphone. Move the microphone a little closer here. What are we going to do? Maybe I can hold the phone up. That might be the best. That might be the best. Okay, are you ready? We're going to phone Laura Streifel now. Okay. And then we put it on speaker. Ha ha!
Hello?
Laura?
Uncle Ricky?
Hello there! It's Uncle Ricky. How are you?
Fine.
What's going on?
Not much. Waiting here for my buddy to call me.
All right. Well, I'm it. I'm the buddy that's supposed to call you. So listen, we've wanted to get you in the studio for a long time, but our paths don't cross that easily because people get busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to put you on the podcast show, if not physically over Skype, then over the telephone device that we so wonderfully use all the time. And I wanted to welcome you to the show. You are Laura Streifel, and you used to work for EDS. and SHL, and how many other name changes did we go through?
Oh, there's been too many to think of, yeah.
Yeah. Now, EDS was Ross Perot's old company, and how long were you there for EDS?
For almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years. Mm-hmm. Did you come after IK? Because I was there for 5 years.
I think because you were working with with Arlene's group.
Uh-huh.
They came over before I was there.
Oh, okay. So I was there longer than you were.
Yes, you were.
Interesting. And you know what I noticed about that job? I loved going to work.
Exactly.
I mean, wasn't it just great? Mm-hmm. You know, you and I have had enough life's experiences to know what a good job feels like and what a bad job feels like. And that job was just, I couldn't wait to jump out of bed in the morning and go to work because the people were great, the management was great, the building was a little bit weird, the way it was laid out. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, okay, so listen. Every time I came through the door, and you were at the front, you were organizing everybody, and you were answering the phones, and you were the organizational guru there. You were the front person that everybody saw when they come into the building. You always wore a smile on your face. How did you do that?
Like you, I loved going to work. I loved the people, and I like being in the front where everybody sees you and you get to kibitz with people and help everybody out. Whenever somebody needed to, like somebody would call in sick, I'd go and fill in for them. So it was like I was all over the place. I was helping everybody, and everybody got along, and we all worked together, and it was a group.
See, that's the thing. Everybody got along. And I'll tell you what, there's only been a couple of times in my career, and I'm 52, that everybody got along.
Yeah.
So what is it? What is the synergy? Were we putting lithium in the drinking water? Were we hypnotizing everybody? What was the secret that everybody got along?
Well, for me, what I thought was, what I noticed was they had what's it called? A group where every month they would meet and they did something every month, whether it was we'd go bowling, we always got to do something together as a group outside of work.
Yes, and we had beer and pizza night a lot.
Yeah, bowling I thought was a lot of fun, and it wasn't just for the employees. Their kids could come too. My youngest daughter used to come bowling with us, and she thought that was a hoot. So she got to know everybody as well. So it was a family.
It really was, wasn't it?
No, and I still see people from SHL on a regular basis, even if they live in Golden. Like one of the girls that I got real chummy with, she lives in Golden now, and we still see each other whenever she comes into town.
Who's that?
Marsha.
Marsha and Roger.
I knew Roger was one of the technicians.
Oh.
And Marsha lived in Toronto she worked at the SHL in
Marsha
Toronto.
was great.
And we've just become fast friends. And so whenever they come into Vancouver, because they still have a family here, they get in touch with me, and we still see each other.
So I remember we had a huge meeting room there, and we would hold our monthly meetings, and they would bring a foosball table there.
Yeah.
And they would, there was a whole bunch of games and stuff, and they would pass out awards. An employee, like if an employee did something, they would recognize the employee in front of everybody. And we just had, I'll tell you what, I have never worked for a company that I enjoyed working for so much in my entire life.
Yeah.
So if you could put it in a couple of, so say for example, your management in EDS, take us back a couple of years. What was management doing apart from what you just mentioned to make it a great place to work? Or was it the attitude of everybody? Like, where did it come from? What was the source?
That's a hard one. I really couldn't tell you. I didn't really know anybody from the head office in Toronto. The ones from Calgary, the management from Calgary used to come in all the time, and they were just as nice of people as you could meet as well.
They really were.
And we used to have like a Christmas boat cruise.
I was on that.
Well, one time it was a boat cruise. We had our dinner at Science World. They closed Science World for the evening, and we all kind of bombarded them there. But the one time I remember was the boat cruise. The management from Calgary came as well.
And do you remember the weekend that they paid for all of us to go to Whistler?
Whistler. Well, it wasn't just once. I went twice.
What?
The first time we had a baseball game, a baseball tournament, I remember, and it was the rec center in the middle of the town that we had our dinner and that. And we had the baseball tournament first, and then we went to the rec center and had a big meal. But the second time is when we went to, I don't know if it was Whistler or Blackcomb, but they closed the whole mountain down.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
And you could bring your spouse.
Yes.
All expenses paid.
The whole family.
I could not believe it. See, that is the mark to me, and I'm sure you feel the same way. They valued their employees.
Yes.
You know, even though there was quite a bit of stress, I mean, we got to get the computers working, and we were hardware break fixing. We were farmed out to Microsoft, HP, Toshiba, you know, all the big ones, IBM. There was that tension, or stress to get things done. But I'll tell you what, they treated us like gold. I've never been treated better in a company.
And that's the reason why we gave 110%, was because we knew they appreciated every single person.
Yep.
It wasn't just the management with management. They treated you as if you were their family.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And the management, you walked into management's office and you knew that if they were going to give you heck for something, they did it in such a great, it was an educational opportunity. It wasn't designed to belittle you on any front, on any level.
Yeah.
It was always an educational opportunity.
Yeah.
And so they looked at employees, in my opinion, differently.
That's right.
As valuable employees right when they stepped in the door.
Yeah.
Right in the morning.
Do you remember what's it called? The thing that you did over the phone with Big Bird, I can't remember, it's Dan Dove.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what you pulled on him?
Oh, yeah, Sarah Bottomsley. Yeah, I had, well, I'm a little bit strange. So I invented multiple personalities when I was at EDS. And yes, I remembered, pulling out Sarah Bottomsley. I should give you a little bit of for our readers, I'll give you like a 1-minute clip. This Dan Dove would do anything for customers. He was one of our managers, and he would do anything for customer service. He would blow you out of the water with customer service, and he would never refuse a call. So I phoned, I think it was you in the morning, and I said, patch me into Dan Dove. And you did. And I put on my Sarah Bottomsley impression, and I said, oh, Sarah Bottomsley here. And I went into, this whole excuse where my computer wasn't running and my cup holder on my computer won't work. And of course, it was the CD drawer, right? And he tried to fix that computer over the phone for about 5 minutes until he finally clued in and he said, Haaland, is this you? Oh, what? Who's Haaland? Who? I don't know what you're talking about. And so he was, you could get away with that with the staff, and you could joke and laugh. They expected you to get your work done, of course.
Yeah.
But it was just such a professional yet balanced, casual attitude at work. You would feel comfortable taking any person of that building and going out to the bar, going out to a dinner, going out spending time together, and you would really enjoy their company. It was like a synergy that to be honest with you, I haven't seen in, this one company that I'm working for, I love it as well. And I'm a technician there. I can't mention the name of the company because, some companies don't want you to mention their name, right? Because they have to clear it with head office. But it's very, very close to SHL EDS. When we go in the morning, the guys high-five each other, and they're genuinely glad and happy to see you. And it's almost there, but it's not quite as there as EDS was. But I'll tell you what, they're on the right track. This company I'm on now, they treat their employees very, very well. Now, you are with another company, right?
That's right.
Is it different than EDS? Is it the same? Is there
much different.
Is there parallels? Are there no parallels?
No, I don't think anything would measure up to EDS.
I know. We keep going back to this.
Yeah, but it was because, like you said, it was Dan Dove. He went above and beyond to fix that problem. And every company has to have that to make a difference. And I think their clients knew that.
Yes.
They just knew that.
Yes.
And people have to want to go to work and enjoy going to work and not feel that stress in their chest on the bus going into work that, oh, here's another day. You know, you want to look forward to going there. And that's what every single person in that building felt like.
Exactly.
You know?
And you know, I'll never